The biggest thing in the NBA today, the potential debut of Luka Doncic. The Lakers are hosting the Jazz tonight in crypto, and Doncic was acquired for Anthony Davis just over a week ago. That shocked the entire world. Now the Lakers, they've been hitting their stride recently, winning 5 straight by an average of almost 19 points per game.
The Dallas Mavericks have traded their superstar, Luka Doncic, to the Los Angeles Lakers. This unexpected development has sparked intense debate and discussion, with NBA Hall of Famer Reggie Miller stepping forward to offer a powerful defense of Doncic in the face of criticism from his former team. The trade, which occurred a week ago, saw Doncic move to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a future first-round pick. The timing and unexpected nature of this trade have left fans and analysts alike struggling to comprehend the Mavericks' decision to part ways with a player widely regarded as one of the brightest young talents in the NBA. Reggie Miller, known for his sharp analysis and candid opinions, recently appeared on NBA TV to discuss the trade and its implications. Miller, who had previously been critical of Doncic's conditioning, took a strong stance against what he perceived as unfair treatment of the young star by the Mavericks organization. In his statement, Miller expressed his displeasure with what he termed a character assassination of Doncic emanating from the Mavericks. He said, "One thing I've kind of taken offense to a little bit because I was someone who was critical of Luka too. I felt that he needed to be in better shape, but I don't like the character assassination on him floating from the Mavericks. And if it's coming from the Mavericks about the reason why we traded him, he wasn't in great shape. His conditioning, he would never get in shape."
And one thing I've kind of taken offense to a little bit, because I was critical of Luka too. I felt that he needed to be in better shape, but I don't like the character assassination on him floating from the Mavericks. If it's coming from the Mavericks about the reason why we traded him, he wasn't in great shape, his conditioning, he would never get in shape. You guys know this.
Miller's defense of Doncic centered around the player's remarkable achievements in his young career. He emphasized the fact that Doncic has been named to the All-NBA First Team for 5 consecutive years, a feat that Miller argues is impossible without being in proper physical condition. Miller stated, "You guys know this, at least I hope you do. You don't become a first-team All-NBA player 5 years in a row if you're not in shape."
At least I hope you do. You don't become a first-team All-NBA player 5 years in a row if you're not in shape.
The Hall of Famer went on to criticize the narrative surrounding Doncic's fitness and work ethic. "So please stop the character assassination that this guy is out of shape, he's lazy. I don't like that because you don't get at that level at the age of 25 without doing what he's done.
So please stop the character assassination that this guy's out of shape, he's lazy. I don't like that because you don't get at the level at the age of 25 without doing what he's done." So
Miller's comments challenged the narrative put forth by the Mavericks organization regarding Doncic's conditioning. He points out the inconsistency between these concerns and Doncic's on-court performance, highlighting the player's impressive resume at such a young age. Miller stated, "You don't get to where he's at being a first-team All-NBA player 5 years in a row at the age of 25 by not being in shape."
you don't get to where he's at being a first-team All-NBA player 5 years in a row at the age of 25 by not being in shape.
The Mavericks' reported concerns about Doncic's conditioning have been a topic of discussion throughout his career. Sources indicate that Dallas had grown increasingly worried about Doncic's fitness levels, drawing comparisons to the situation with Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. However, Miller's comments challenge this narrative, pointing out the inconsistency between these concerns and Doncic's on-court performance. Doncic's teammate, Mark Morris, has also dismissed the concerns about Doncic's conditioning. This adds another layer to the ongoing debate about the true reasons behind the trade. The trade has elicited strong reactions from across the NBA. Fans have been seen protesting outside the American Airlines Center, the Mavericks' home arena, and there have been calls for the firing of general manager Nico Harrison. The basketball world remains in a state of disbelief, with many questioning the logic behind trading away a player of Doncic's caliber. Adding another layer of intrigue to the situation, reports have emerged that former Mavericks owner Mark Cuban attempted to prevent the trade at the last minute. According to Mark Stein of the Stein Line, Cuban tried to intervene when he learned of the deal, But it was too late. The trade had already been sealed by what was described as a verbal handshake between the parties involved. Stein reported, by the time Cuban found out about the Luka for AD trade, it was too late. Dumont never approached for advice. Sources say Cuban urged Harrison not to go ahead with the swap, only to find out that the deal had already been sealed with the Lakers by verbal handshake. The trade has also had immediate consequences for the Mavericks coaching staff. Assistant coach Marko Milic, who has strong ties to Doncic and Slovenian basketball, has left the team in the wake of the trade. Milic, who was the first Slovenian to play in the NBA, reportedly did not wish to remain with the Mavericks without Doncic. Milic's connection to Doncic goes beyond their shared nationality. As a player development coach, he worked closely with Doncic on an individual level. Before joining the Mavericks in 2022, Milic spent 7 years coaching within the Basketball Federation of Slovenia. His departure from the Mavericks coaching staff underscores the ripple effects of the trade beyond just the on-court implications. Analyzing the trade package, Anthony Davis stands out as the centerpiece of the return for the Mavericks. The inclusion of Max Christie and future draft picks rounds out the deal. Despite the criticism surrounding the trade, Miller offered a somewhat optimistic perspective on the Mavericks' new roster depth. He stated, "Dallas fans, I know you're grieving. I know some of you are upset because you've invested so much in this team and Luka, and I understand that it does hurt. But this team, they are deep, they are loaded. When I talk about the top, defensively, they're going to be one of the best." Doncic's performance and potential remain central to the discussion surrounding this trade. This season, he was averaging 28.1 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game. At just 25 years old, Doncic has already amassed an impressive array of individual accolades, including 5 All-Star selections and 5 All-NBA first-team nods. His move to the Lakers has sparked speculation about his future success, with many believing that the Los Angeles market could propel him to his first MVP award sooner rather than later. The situation has brought scrutiny to the Mavericks front office, particularly the role of Patrick Dumont in the decision-making process. Dumont, who has limited basketball experience and comes from an investment banking background, has faced criticism for his involvement in such a significant basketball decision. His appointment to a leadership position in the organization came when Miriam Adelson bought the team, as Dumont is married to Adelson's daughter. The trade has led to calls for leadership changes within the Mavericks organization. Critics argue that the decision to trade Doncic, a generational talent, for what they perceive as an inadequate return, demonstrates a lack of basketball acumen at the highest levels of the franchise. Miller's defense of Doncic serves as a powerful counterpoint to the narratives emerging from the Mavericks organization. His message, emphasizing Doncic's achievements and challenging the criticism of his conditioning, has resonated across the NBA community. The ongoing debate about the long-term implications of this trade is likely to continue for years to come. Questions remain about the Mavericks' future direction and whether they will come to regret trading away a player of Doncic's caliber. Meanwhile, the Lakers and their fans are undoubtedly excited about the prospect of Doncic joining their team and the potential for future success. Mavericks governor Patrick Dumont and general manager Nico Harrison have attempted to justify the trade by citing the need to build a better culture. However, reports suggest that every player in the locker room loved Doncic, calling into question this rationale for the trade. The trade details reveal a complex multi-team deal. The Mavericks received Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Caleb Martin, a 2029 Lakers first-round pick, and a 2030 second-round pick. Team unclarified as of the report. The Lakers, in addition to Doncic, received Maxi Kleber and Markieff F. Morris. The Utah Jazz were also involved in the trade, receiving Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2025 Mavericks second-round pick, and a 2025 Clippers second-round pick. The Philadelphia 76ers received Quentin Grimes and a 2025 76ers second-round pick.